performance. Congratulations. I think Butch mentioned your sparkling form continuing into the World Cup. The bigger picture here, how do you feel from a personal point of view, and where's the bowling at?
Yeah, I feel good. Obviously, with the bat, I've been able to contribute to a few games here. Yeah, would it be nice to contribute to a few more? Obviously, try and get a few more wins in our tournament. But yeah, I guess that's the way it goes. But with the bowling, I've been bowling today. Sort of continue to build on that and build up the workloads ready for the World Cup.
So is that confirmation you will be bowling then in the World Cup?
Oh, all being well, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so let's just, before we look at the World Cup, let's focus on this season. We just said you're in sparkling form. Where do you feel it went wrong as a whole from a team perspective?
I guess our batting form across our 11 probably wasn't too consistent. At times, people had great innings. Obviously, in such a short tournament, you need that momentum. You need that, I guess, consistency a little bit more. So, yeah, I mean, we could have chased down a few more totals. We probably asked to chase quite a lot. And then, obviously, our home matches were quite difficult. We found the wicket quite tricky, but yeah, really happy to get the win today in front of our home fans.
And, of course, to end on a high is a bonus. It is also ending with 3 straight wins. Yet again, we see you leave your run just that little bit too late.
I know, yeah. We left it up to too many chances, really. Yeah, we obviously didn't perform in the first half of the competition, so yeah, we've got ourselves to blame, I suppose.
Yeah, just before we talk about the World Cup, I was mentioning about the surface. Now, we know that Andy Flower wants slow surfaces and turning surfaces, but that doesn't necessarily, from a Trent Rockets perspective, play into your strengths. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, I suppose so. We probably could have batted a bit better on it in the first few games that we had here. But yeah, I suppose you could say for women's cricket, you probably want a nice even pace wicket to have a good game, and I suppose that's what we want to do in the 100. We want to produce high scoring games, close ones, where you have to be really on it with your bowling skills, otherwise you are going to go to the boundary. But I suppose it was a different challenge here, and we've seen that across a few other grounds as well, that yeah, the wickets haven't been true, so yeah, you've had to work out how to play on them.
Nat, just for you personally as well, you obviously weren't captain of the Rockets this year that went to Ashgard. Now, how did that influence your game? Positively, negatively? How did you feel?
Yeah, I felt good. The first game I was like, whoa, I'm not actually thinking about a lot here. This is quite different. But yeah, I mean, at times I tried to input, or if they asked for help, yeah, I guess I gave my opinion. So, yeah, still thinking about the game a little bit as well.
No doubt you're thinking about next month, the World Cup. For you to kind of do what you've done in this tournament, you must be feeling really positive heading over to India.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose throughout the summer, I've sort of ebbed and flowed with the performances, but yeah, during this competition, I was really happy to I guess play as they did, and probably play on slower wickets is probably quite a fairly good practice for India. So yeah, really excited to get out there.
I want to talk about the selection and the World Cup selection. A lot has been talked about, and obviously that was made around about a week or so ago. Was that selected in mind with your availability to bowl and how the side might look when the first game comes around?
Yeah, absolutely. That was always in the plans for me to be bowling. So yeah, hopefully that will change the balance of the side for the good, and yeah, maybe we could get an extra batter into the lineup.
3 spinners, 3 seamers. Is that the best lineup you feel, or the most comfortable lineup? Yeah,
I suppose. Well, without knowing the conditions that we're going to play in. Probably as a base and then go from there. But we've also got a few warm-up games to go, and we can, I guess, try and work it out further. Yeah, what our best balance is.
How did that selection process come about? Did you sort of pick out the players that you wanted in the side and pass that on to Charlotte Edwards and Lydia Greenway? How did that meeting go?
Yeah, so Charlotte and I had a chat about the various positions that were, I guess, more difficult in selecting, I suppose. Obviously, with you want to take an extra spinner, so you probably play 3 spinners and then have one also on the bench in case anybody gets injured. And so, yeah, there were a couple of points where they were in particular difficult to decide on, and we also had quite a big discussion about that. And then Lottie would take that conversation into the meeting with the selectors.
So who gets, because you're the captain on the field and you're the one that's got to lead the side, who gets that final say?
Well, in the meeting that would be the final decision. And yeah, we've picked a great squad, I think.
There's a lot of talk of Danny White-Hodge obviously not been involved in the one-day international series this year. Also, the omission of Kate Cross, was that a difficult one? Have you spoken to Kate?
Yeah, I sent Kate a message. She hasn't replied to me. Obviously, we've got quite a busy schedule and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it is a tricky one. Obviously, there's been some positions that are, I guess, more hard fought than others, I suppose. And yeah, for Crossy to miss out is obviously so tough. So yeah, I guess my heart goes out to the people who did miss out on the squad, because I guess that's what we're trying to build. We're trying to build a really competitive group of people to be able to select from, and then obviously when it comes to the point where you do have to select them, everyone can't go. So it's always quite tricky.
Just from a World Cup point of view, you'd imagine England are at that juncture where you might see a few players bid farewell to the national side. Now, how does it come together with you, Lydia new in the role, Lottie new in the role, and yourself as well? It almost feels like a rebirth or a new channel for English cricket, women's cricket, as well as a World Cup round the corner, which might be the end of time for a few players. How do you look to balance that come an important ICC event?
Obviously you want some experience and some players who are, I guess, new and up and coming, I suppose. I think getting the balance right between that is really important, because you don't want people who, you'd want people who probably haven't experienced it, and so then you're not thinking about, all the negative things that can happen from it, but then also learning from the experienced players as well. I think we've got a good balance of both on our side.
Nat, we really appreciate your honesty. Thank you very much for joining us. The joys of being the England captain.
Just up there. Theo's just there. She's dying for a squeeze.
Just before I do let you go, back to the 100. Southern Brave, Northern Superchargers, London Spirit. Who wins at Lords on Sunday?
I mean, those three teams have been very consistent, haven't they? For me, I'd like to see the Northern Superchargers win. But yeah, I mean, it's anyone's game, I think.
Nat, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good on you.